Alright, today we're going to be fixing a spongy deck on the front of this boat. It's spongy all over. Stay tuned. Alright, as you can see, this whole deck is very spongy, jumping up and down. You might say, what caused that? Well, what happened is they drilled a hole in here to mount something. This deck has got wood in between this and underneath. I'm going to show you that in just a second. But if you reach in here, this is nothing but rotten wood right here coming out. There's a layer of wood underneath here. It's fiberglass, a layer of wood, and another layer of fiberglass. And all the wood in between here is totally rotten. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a saw and cut this entire deck off right here. Take this deck off, get all the rotten wood out, replace the wood, fiberglass in there. We've got to clean the fiberglass up, fiberglass in there, and then clean this top piece up and fiberglass it back on and get it done. Let me show you real quick underneath here. All right. If you look underneath here, you can see that this fiberglass underneath here is really good shape. There's nothing wrong with the fiberglass underneath, and there's nothing wrong with the fiberglass on top. It's just the wood in between is rotten. So let's cut this top deck off and see what we got in here. All right, we're going to set the depth of the saw blade right here to go through the top layer but not penetrate through the second layer. So let's get started. Here we go. Oh, we got a line cut all the way around, and that's the moment of truth. I have not lifted this up yet. Oh my God, look at that. It's rotten all in there. Look at that. It is totally rotten everywhere. That is why we have a soft deck. This is all rotten wood right here. We had to replace all this wood right here, fiberglass it back in, and get it straight. Might be a little bit of a job here. Stay tuned. We'll see how we can do it. All right, I was actually expecting the outer edges that might be okay, but unfortunately, this stuff has worked this way. Look at this. I'm gonna just kind of eat it through here just to show you how deep it is first. And that's the lower level right there of the fiberglass. That's solid right there. This is not. So we gotta rip all this out, clean it all up, dry it up, scuff the glass underneath in here in, get some wood that will fit in here. I'm not sure how thick this is yet. It's kind of hard to tell. Almost like it was in squares or something. I'm not sure what this was. But we'll try to get a depth so we can go buy some wood, replace it, and get her going again. Stay tuned. Woo! That's a lot of mess there. Alright, as you see, the pressure washer is taking that little bit of wood that's stuck to the fiberglass off really good. Nothing there. I just had to come in here and buff that with my belt sander, kind of loosen it up, get it good and dry before the next layer of fiberglass will harden to it. But we got to do that and get some, get a little bit of wood in here that'll fit. I have to measure up how much thickness of the wood I need. It's also blasting out in here pretty good. As you can see, this fiberglass stringers in here for support, but the power washer blasted all the rotten wood out from inside here pretty good. Might have to take a little screwdriver and chip out some of it, but it's doing a really good job, and we got almost perfect up there, just beyond that light ready. That's all fiberglass above that, so we're good up there. So we got to finish power washing this off, clean it up good, dry it out, get some wood, and fiberglass it in. Stay tuned. All right, phase one complete. All the rotten wood has been removed. The pressure washer did a really good job getting up in here in these little cubby holes and getting all the wood out right in here. As you see underneath there, and all under there is all out. I might have picked one little piece right there, but pretty good done. I did blast this pretty good, but I still have to sand this down with my belt sander to get it scuffed up so that the fiberglass will stick to it and get it dried out good and everything. So we're not going to be able to do much till we get it dried out because I don't want to sand it on wet. So we'll have to let this dry out a little bit before we take the next step. So it's going to take a little bit longer than I thought. I thought I could do it all in that one day here real quick. But as with any project, As always, things come up. But it's looking good. I'm happy with it. I still got to clean the top off down there. I'll blast that all off clean so it's nice and clean, and sand that a little bit too. And then we'll be ready to start doing it. I'm going to get a 1/2 sheet of marine plywood that we'll use to, we'll cut little pieces and stick in here, up to here, and we'll fiberglass that in so that the piece that we cut will fit right on top of here, and the other piece will go on top of that. So it's looking good so far. It's nothing more than what I thought it was going to be. It's not as bad. This is solid. You can actually walk and stand on this no problem. This is solid as a rock here. The underneath fiberglass is solid. The overtop fiberglass solid. Once I put these together, wood, it's gonna be solid as a rock. I feel confident in that. So anyway, let's go ahead and let this dry out good. We'll get the belt sand out, start cleaning it up, and go to the next step. Stay tuned. All right, as you can see, we got the deck, underlayment of the deck here, roughed up really good, so the fiberglass will stick to that really good. It's nice and rough and porous. Doesn't have that slick finish anymore, so this is good on this. Now we got to go get the other underneath and get that roughed up. Next thing we'll do is start filling in these gaps on the edges and get ready to lay our main piece of plywood. Stay tuned. All right, now we got to smooth this down so that the fiberglass will stick to this. And you can see some of this kind of got little lips in here where it kind of sucked down into the fiberglass. And that's actually fiberglass right there. We're going to sand that off, make it smooth, and get ready to mount this right on top of the other plate. We're going to use this as a pattern to cut it out, and I'll show you that in just a minute. It's looking good. This is the actual piece of wood that will go in here before I put the top on. I did have to make some critical cuts in here because we had some fiberglass stringers coming out, so to make them all fit right. But it's fitting perfect in here. It's just the right height. With that piece coming on, it's gonna be just right. We got a thin mat going to the bottom and thin mat going to top, which will more than make up any difference there. It's gonna look good and it's gonna be strong. Let's step up here on it just for a second here. Oh yeah, she's already feeling good. Feeling good, and we ain't got anything on it yet. So it's gonna be perfect. I got some, actually got matting that I'll fill in any gaps with the fiberglass. So it's gonna work good. All right, next step is to repair a couple places along these edges that I had to get the wood out. I'm gonna kind of make some supports in there and fiberglass those in before we do the main deck. All right, let's get together and try to get that done. I'm actually taking my heat gun to make sure that there's no moisture whatsoever underneath it here. Kind of cool out here today, but I think I had just a little bit of moisture. See that right there drying up? So we're trying to make sure there's no moisture in this wood anywhere. All right, we just fiberglassed in a couple supports along the edge right there that got cut out. When we cut it down, there's a little bit of wood packed up back inside of this. We had to replace that right up to the edge. And now we're ready for the main board to come laying in this nice little pot right here. Let's get this back down here where you can see it. Right there. The next one will be going right here. All right, I'm ready. Are y'all ready? Let's do it. All right, I ran out of time last night to try to get this done. And I have to start thinking about it. There's no way I could pick this up by myself and get it in the hole correctly. So I got my friend Buddy up here gonna help me out. You ready, Buddy? Ready. All right, what we got here right now is we got our matting. I'm using matting on this, not the cloth. That's cloth up there, but I decided to go with all mat on this. We're gonna get this soaked in here really good, and then we're gonna bring it up here, and between the two of us, we're gonna flop it over. Now, the temperature right here is all about 50, which is not quite, it's a little cool. So what I got here, I actually got a little heater under here. Put that up, buddy. I got a little heater blowing underneath here. And I got my torch, I'm gonna kind of heat the air up underneath here. I did have my board in the house last night, so it was a little bit warmer. And everything else in the the resin itself was actually heated up to 70 because it was in my house. So I think we're gonna be okay with temperature-wise when we get started and put it in there right now. Stay tuned. All right, buddy's rolling it out up here. And show them what you're doing there, buddy, with the thing there. Just kind of taking this little squeegee and just kind of getting it all on, completely coated. He's using some glass to cover up the little tiny holes we had in here. And I'm doing the same thing over here. We got the glass on here. We're trying to get through. You can tell when it actually goes all the way through. You can see the color disappear on it there. Let me get a little bit up here so we can kind of get this going up here. As you can see, all right, we got some more in the bucket here we got to get out here right now. There's a quick process we got to get going here. It shouldn't harden too fast out here today, but I don't want to get caught short. All right, we're getting there. Stay tuned.
All right, it's got to go this way. All right, got you.
Okay, here we go. We'll do it from down there, buddy.
Yep.
Looks good to me. Looks good to me, buddy. Looking good. I'm liking it. Man, it looks good, buddy. Oh, man, I like it. I like it, buddy. That looks good there, man. That looks real good. Okay. All right, it fit in there perfect. I mean, it looks great. We're going to fiberglass a few of these little spots up on the side, and then we'll put our matting on top here and put our top of the deck up here. I'm liking it. What do you think, buddy?
Yeah, man.
Looking good?
Looking good.
I like it, man. It's going good. All right, nothing ever goes to plan exactly. I thought it'd be a lot less trouble than this was, but it's getting there slowly. We got now, buddy's cleaning up. We got the deck mounted. That wood is solid as a rock in there. I actually went underneath there and pulled some, put some screws to pull it down to the other layer, so it's all real tight to this right here. Now the next thing, we're gonna put some matting up here, soak it down. We're gonna soak this down here, and we're gonna set this right on top of it, and that would pretty much be it. It's on this right here that we're gonna actually put a lot of weights on top of this to actually hold it down so it seals real strong and smooth to the top right there. So, buddy, you ready?
Ready, let's get it done.
All right, I'm ready to get her done too, buddy. Let's do it. All right, we're reinforcing any gaps with some matting down inside there, so when we put this fiberglass up here, we'll be able to push it right into these places right here for a little extra strength right here and tie everything together right here. Buddy, I think we'll have a strong surface when we're done.
I think we're good.
There's a matting that we'll get ready to put up here when Buddy gets ready. We did put a piece of masking tape on the edge, so as we're pulling up, we won't get on the other glass. I'm gonna clean it up, probably do a little white fiberglass in the end, not today, but to kind of finish it off, but that's another day. The deck is back together, but as you can see, we got a lot of weight sitting on top, holding it down flat all the way around, and it's working great. I mean, it's even perfect over here, and it's perfect around there. I will have to come back and fill the little gap in just a little bit. Hopefully I'll mix up some white fiberglass and fill it in so you won't basically see it just looking at it, but you know the Gigmaster don't care a whole lot about the looks. Right, buddy?
Yeah.
We just want to find relics,
That's
right?
it.
That's all we want, find relics. All right, well, I think that's gonna call it a wrap on that. I will try to show you some final photos at the end of this video, what it looks like, at least at this point right now. I probably won't be able to get the little touch-ups done, but you'll see what it looks like there, and it's gonna be solid as a rock. Stay tuned for that. All right, appreciate everybody coming along. Don't forget to click like, comment below, share, and subscribe to the Gigmaster. You never know what we'll be doing next. Stay tuned.